Welcome back to Treasures from the Purans, a treasure chest of fascinating stories from the Puran genre of Indian literature. The curated stories in this series are from Srimad Devi Bhagavatam, which I have adapted for this podcast. I'm Valentina Trivedi, bringing you treasures from the Purans. श्रीमद्भागवतं पुण्यं नानाख्यानकवान्वितं द्वैपायनमुखोद्भूतं पञ्चलक्षणसंयुतं शृण्वतां सर्वपापघ्नं शुभदं सुखदं तथा इतिहासमिदं पुण्यं Kirtitam muni sattamaha. Anybody who hears this Srimad Bhagavatam, endowed with 5 characteristics and filled with various anecdotes that came out of the mouth of Vyasa, finds all his sins destroyed and attains peace and blessedness. O Munis, this holy history has thus been described to you. The last episode ended with the 2 sages Nar and Narayan welcoming the Apsaras or celestial nymphs. The sages had realized that the Apsaras had been sent by Indra to disturb their penance. They were amused and driven by their ego, decided to show off the strength of their tapasya by creating an even more beautiful woman than the Apsaras before them. Iti sanchintya manasa kare nonum pratadyave tarasodpadayamasa narim sarvanga sundarim. Thinking thus, the Munis clapped their thighs, and there emerged before them an exquisite woman. This new Apsara was called Urvashi, as she had emerged from the Uru or the thigh of Narayan. All the Apsaras gathered there were dumbfounded and gaped at her beauty. Even as they stood there wonder-struck, Narayan created as many women as there were Apsaras, and there were a few thousands of them, to serve them. The newly created Apsaras carried all kinds of offerings in their hands and came towards the Munis, smiling and singing. Then, with their hands clasped reverentially, they bowed before Nar and Narayan. The dumbstruck Apsaras stared at the stunning Urvashi, and the hair on their bodies stood on end. They tried their best to make their faces look more beautiful and addressed the Munis. "O high-souled ones," they said, "we don't have words to praise the greatness of your penance and your steadiness in the face of temptation. There is no one in this world who is not charmed by our passionate looks. Yet you stayed unmoved. Your greatness is wonderful indeed. We are convinced that you both carry the essence of Vishnu. We had not come here to serve you, but to hinder your penance as desired by Indra." Bowing before the Munis, they continued, "We do not know what merits we accrued, that we have had the good fortune of standing here before you. In trying to disturb your penance, we have committed a great offense. And yet, you have not cursed us. This has freed our minds of anxiety and sorrow. We praise you for your forgiveness. We understand that the truly wise saints do not fritter away their spiritual powers by cursing others." Blazing with the fire of their penance, Nar and Narayan responded to the Apsaras. "O beautiful ones," they said, "we are pleased with you. Ask for boons and we will grant them to you. Take Urvashi with you as a gift from us to your king Indra. Peace be to all the Devatas. And in future, do not disturb the penance of others. O Munis, replied the Apsaras, we have reached your lotus feet through our good fortune, and our joy knows no bounds in your presence. If you really want to grant us a boon, please send Urvashi and the Apsaras you have created to Indra, and allow us to stay here and serve you. Be true to your word and give us what we desire. The Munis who know Dharma well have also declared that it is a sin equivalent to murder to destroy the hopes of women struck with desire. We are filled with extreme love for you. You are the Lord of the world. You can do anything. Please do not leave us. Narayan replied, O slender-bodied ones, controlling passion, I have been deep in penance for 1,000 years. How can I now break this to indulge in sensual pleasures like a beast and destroy the highest bliss and the highest dharma? I have no inclination to do so. The Apsaras replied, of the 5 senses, the sense of touch is the one which gives the highest pleasure and is a source of highest bliss. Nothing can match it. So grant our request and enjoy this highest bliss. If going to heaven is your wish, know that there is no heaven superior to Gandhamadan. This mountain, a name which means the mountain-like intoxicating happiness of the senses. So enjoy it with us on this beautiful mountain. On hearing this, sage Narayan wondered what to do. If I indulge in sexual pleasures, he thought, I would be the laughing stock among munis. This perplexing situation has no doubt arisen from my Ahankaar or ego. Ego is the foremost in ruining one's dharma. If I abandon these Apsaras, he thought, they would be broken-hearted and go away cursing me. But then I will be free from this present danger and will be able to continue with my penance. But the very next instant, a conflicting thought arose in his mind. Anger as an enemy is second only to ego, he thought. It is greater than harming others, and it is greater than lust and avarice. As 2 trees rubbing against each other generate fire and are themselves burnt in it, so does the fire of anger arising in this body ultimately burn the body. The younger brother, Nar, seeing his brother's anxiety, said, O Narayan, you are very wise, so relinquish this anger and be at peace. Surely you have not forgotten that it was because of this ego and anger that our penance was destroyed on a previous occasion, when we had to fight Prahlad, the king of the Apsaras, for 1,000 years. So shed your anger. Sages have declared that peace is the only objective of penance. Sage Vyas said, on hearing his brother's words, Narayan's composure returned. King Janmejaya said, O Lord of the Munis, Prahlad was a devout devotee of Vishnu and a peace-loving person. How then did a battle take place between him and the 2 Munis? And how could these Munis fight? What then is the value of asceticism, meditation, and devotion? Please clear this doubt which has arisen in my mind. Ahankarankare jate vyartham bhavati sarvatha yatha suryodaye jate tamo rupam na tishtati. Anger and jealousy arise from Ahankar, or ego. As darkness is dispelled entirely on sunrise, so too no trace of spiritual merit can exist on the rising of a bit of ego. If people like them could not conquer their ego, then what can be expected from weak and trivial people like me? Sage Vyas replied, O king, how can the effect be different from its cause? Gold and gold earrings may be different in names, but the original cause remains gold for both. Thread remains the original cause of cloth, no matter what you make from it. This whole universe has sprung from ego, so how can it be free of ego? Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva are all part of it and affected by Ahankaar or ego. Even the great sages like Vashisht and Narad keep being reborn in this sansar or universe. Studying the Vedas and Purans, visiting sacred places of pilgrimage, doing charitable work, worshipping various gods, and meditating on the Supreme God. Even while doing all this, people can't escape being attached to sensual pleasures and objects and act like thieves. You will find greed, anger, and jealousy all around. It is no wonder then that you will hardly find anyone thinking what is worth thinking and doing what is worth doing. Just a few people keep up the ideal way of being. King Janmejay said, O Muni, blessed are those who have conquered their passions and are free from the shackles of Maya. Folding his hands, he continued, O best of Munis, I am deeply pained by the thought that my virtuous father put a dead snake around the neck of a meditating ascetic, for no fault of his. Please advise me on how I can redress this act of his, committed by momentary bewilderment of intellect. I am also curious to hear about how Prahlad left his kingdom of Patal, or the netherworld, to come and fight Nar and Narayan in the hermitage of Badrikashram. Enmity springs over wealth, wife, or land. But Nar and Narayan were desireless ascetics. Why then did they battle Prahlad, who was an ardent devotee of Vishnu? Katyayani Mahamaye Bhavani Bhuvaneshwari Sansara Sagare Magnam Mamuddhar Kripamayi Brahma Vishnu Shivaradhye Prasida Jagadambike Mano Abhilashitam Devi Varam Dehi Namostute.